Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95, the Savior, and as always, this is Aaron's Japanese journal. So before I move forward, first and foremost, this is my own personal opinion. These are my thoughts, my feelings. This is my channel, my video. If you cannot understand what a journal is, I have no idea why you clicked on this video or why you're here. Because as always, I give this disclaimer because somebody's going to come in my comments and be like, girl, don't complain about this. Be grateful for the crumbs that you've gotten, blah, blah, blah. So I'm getting that out of the way. These are my thoughts, my feelings, my opinion based off of what I'm going through, what I've been through, and I try my best to be as open and honest as I can in these videos, while of course being a little bit protective. This is personal and private information. So, weebill warning. If you are obsessed with Japan, they can't do any wrong, you don't want to hear anything negative, these are not the kind of videos for you to watch. This is real talk. I'm speaking to you like you are my friend, in which, under normal circumstances, the internet, especially Americans and Europeans, you guys love to be judgmental, but instead, this is real talk. If you were friends with me on a one-on-one level, you would understand what I'm saying. But as somebody that doesn't know me and is just here to talk crap, maybe you don't want to view me that way. So, I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and continue with my video. So, yeah, as the title, I think, because I haven't titled this video yet, is going to allude to, everything is just like becoming a complete crap show. So, a lot's been going on. I don't know how I'm going to upload this video because at this moment, just like how you've probably heard me saying like 10 other videos, which that's why I'm really behind on like my upload schedule. Excuse me, basically. But yeah, I'm really behind on uploading videos. I've just been like in a slump. I've been super busy. I've been super not busy, and I've just not been in the mood. I haven't had the urge to like upload videos anymore because I know that I wasn't going to be consistent and I wasn't really in my right mind. Although of course I could use the money, so maybe I should be uploading more often. But whatever, I'll have a lot for when I do come back. So yeah, things just hit a very interesting turn. I've pretty much been staying inside every day. I haven't been going anywhere, not going on dates, not going out, no parties, no nothing. Barely even going to the grocery store. I've literally just been like getting fast food for every meal. I've eaten more McDonald's these past 4 months than I have in my entire life probably, which is ridiculous. There in Hard Rock Cafe, which is really unfortunate because Hard Rock Cafe is very expensive, you guys. I've been spending like, I don't even know, like $200 or $300 a week on food, which is crazy. I'm trying to stop. I can't help it. So anyway, it's called depression. I've been pretty much eating away my sadness and anxiety, which is not good. And as you guys have seen, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with working out. I've been getting claudication in my legs. Basically, my legs like cramp up from walking because I've spent so much time sitting on my floor, just on my computer, watching YouTube videos and editing stuff and writing and doing schoolwork. So yeah. As I've said before, a lot of people don't know I'm currently still going to school. Just throwing that in there for you, those of you that do not know. So I'm very busy. I actually I have a very important paper to write right now and a presentation that's all due on Sunday. And today is Wednesday, February 3rd, I believe. Yeah, so you're not going to see this video for maybe months from now. But just to give you a time frame of how far behind things are going, and just to let you know, I've still been making videos and recording during this time. I just haven't been up to posting on YouTube because I know that I can't be consistent during my time there. And yeah, what else is I about to say? Oh, so what happened today? I hate to get too much of my business. You would know a lot more about me if you are a patron. And yes, that is my little sell to you point, whatever you want to call it. Yes, if you are subscribed there, you'll get a lot more personal and detailed information as to what's going on with me. But what I will share here right now is, yeah, I went to go check my mailbox after having not left my house and God knows how long. And I got a letter saying that they were going to be doing inspections on the entire building, Well, if it's not bad enough that I have an inspection coming up, there was not much notice. I just checked my mailbox the other day, like either yesterday or the day before. I think it was 2 days ago. And there was, I think it was actually yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I just checked it yesterday and there was nothing there. So they just sent this letter out today. And you might think, oh, it's no big deal. You know, if you didn't do anything crazy, which I didn't, you're going to pass it. Well, the problem is if you've had depression, anxiety, or anything else, if you've had it really bad or know of someone that has, you kind of get into that slump where you just don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel like taking care of yourself. You don't feel like, taking care of your house, etc. And it's definitely worn off on myself. As you can probably kind of see, I have a little, that wasn't, well, was a pimple, but yeah, it's like redness right there, which is lovely. And my hair has been like a hot mess. I literally like just clipped in 2 extensions just so that my hair wasn't too crazy to go to the convenience store. And thank God for wearing a mask during this time, even though I could do this anytime because in Japan, masks are totally normal. Yeah, I put on a mask to go to the convenience store and to avoid having to wear makeup. But just my luck, it's right here. And I was like, do I really want to, swoosh my hair over? But my hair isn't like styled in a way where I could just move my bangs over. I would need to like straighten them again and whatnot and repart my hair. And I was like, I'm not going through that crap. So back on subject. Yeah. My mind went crazy because there's a lot that I need to do in order to prepare for this inspection. For starters, I don't know who's going to come or how many people. Secondly, I don't know how I feel. Like one part of me wants to be here when they do it. The other part doesn't want to be at home when they do it because I would rather not have to talk to them. But the other side of me feels like I should be here because I don't trust them coming inside my house. Because it's hard to explain to you guys, but Japanese people can be very nosy, very rude, very disrespectful when you are not in your place, so to speak. Like they're not the nice, kind, oh, so careful, like how you get at the airport with handling your baggage type stuff. Like people here can be nosy as hell. I know from personal experience with just like having my gas set up. Like I feel like they ask more questions than they need to. And they, try to like lurk around and look at stuff and compare how your setup is in comparison to a Japanese person. I know some weeboo is going to be in my comments like, they've never done that to me. Ho, shut up. But back on subject. We're not going to go there. What was I going to say? So yeah, like I feel like I want to be here. Not that I have anything like super confidential or personal. I don't want nobody to touch or know of, but I feel like people make, I feel like it'll go by faster in a way by me being here because they realize they don't have the freedom to do whatever they want to. But I feel like my bigger problem is, why are we having an inspection in the middle of a pandemic? I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. And the reason why I care about this more so is in Japan, unlike in the US, there's no ventilation in apartments here. Like you don't have a vent system that you guys have in the US. People oftentimes talk about air. And it's not just your AC. Your house does not have vents. Like in America, we have at least 1 to 2, if not 3 vents, multiple vents in any given room. In Japan, you only have a vent in your shower to keep you from dying from all the air, being taken out from the hot steam. And you have 1 vent that leads directly to outside, which I feel very questionable about that one. And that is normally the reason why you can hear your neighbors, even if you're inside of a newer place like how I have. I seldom can hear a conversation, but every once in a while I can hear stuff that's going on, in neighboring units because there's a vent on my wall. So if their patio door or something like that is open, I can normally hear some stuff that's going on over there, whether it be, lightly hearing music or whatever type stuff. So I'm not going to get into a whole science class on how sound works, but just throwing that out there. It's not just a lack of, circulation of air for when you have your heat or air on, which that really sucks, by the way. Like people praise Japan for quote unquote super toilets, but it's like, who gives a crap about having nasty, dirty pipe water to shoot up your butt when you don't even have the ability to have cold or hot air to keep you warm or cold in whichever season you're in. So back on subject. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to be here to play 20 questions with them, and I hate to have to get dressed because, of course, in this case, I will feel obligated to put on hair and makeup and, pretend to not really care about what they're doing here. But I feel like by doing that, it'll make them feel more self-conscious in a way. Like they'll not want to be as nosy as Snoopy as they could normally be. So here are my couple of issues that I'm admitting in this video. I have unfortunately created a stain mark on the wall, not from being dirty, but I normally wear, you guys normally see me wearing the dark blue sweater that I wear. I actually got that from my boyfriend before he went to Vietnam. He was throwing away all of his stuff, and I was like, dude, why would you throw away your clothes? I didn't know you were going to trash them. He threw away most of his pajamas, but his favorite, my favorite one, my favorite pajama of his, because it's super comfy. I think he got it from Uniqlo. I asked him if I could have the pants and the shirt, and he thought it was weird, but he was like, oh, sure, whatever. So I kept it, and I pretty much wear it religiously every day except for when I'm doing laundry. Well, because unfortunately, I should be sitting in my office chair or either of my dining chairs or the couch, the mini couch that I bought. Nope. I normally sit on the floor because I've just been lazy, depressed, and yeah, it's just what I've been doing. Big mistake. It left a actual mark on the wall, like a huge black spot on the wall for me spending that much time sitting there. So I'm hoping that I can just go to Daiso, which is like the dollar store here, and just scrub that crap off, because my only other option is to either move my couch to block that part of the wall or to switch around my entire room and move my computer desk over to that side, because I highly doubt they're going to move that big old hunky computer desk. They can, however, say that they need to move my dining table or my couch to get a good look at the wall. So there's that spot. And I think from me bringing in my furniture or whatever, I have two tiny gray spots on the wall by my door too. So of course, these are small things that can easily be fixed on my way out. But the problem is that these things can be taken note of before I move out, which I kind of don't want them to see these things. So yeah, that really has me feeling a little bit scared for some reason. And my other problem, going back to the pandemic situation, I don't want no dirty people inside my house. So it's not just, the lack of the ventilation, because I was kind of getting off subject, but that's a big part of it, because let's be real, they almost never are going to send out just one person. It's probably going to be anywhere from 2 to 4 people unnecessarily inside my little inky dinky apartment. And to make it worse is that obviously I want to be a butt and I want them to be understanding, but I don't want dirty people inside of my house. Normally, I'm just being real. I hate to say this because I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anyone. I definitely go through my times, including recently, where I have no money. I'm struggling in between jobs. I'm not trying to be on my high horse, but just being real. My place is clean. It's nice. It's new. I don't want some dirty guy that's been, smoking all day and scratching his butt and digging in his ear and touching the ground and been inside of all these different units coming into my place. Do you not realize how that is literally a breeding ground for, spreading the coronavirus? You literally are sending the same team of people, possibly the same team, I'm assuming, that are going from unit to unit, are now going to be walking and spreading whatever germs they bought from these other apartments into my unit. And to make matters worse, normally when service people come here, from my experience this past year, they don't do anything to visually show you that they're cleaning themselves. They don't change gloves. They don't change masks. They don't, sanitize their hands, nothing. They're just coming to you as is. So it's up to you to trust that they have made these changes on their own. But anybody that lives in Japan knows that the way that they handle stuff here is just that they put on a fresh pair of whatever for that day, if even that. That's it. That's only protecting you, if even that. That provides no protection to me, because if your hands might be clean now because you're wearing gloves, but you're transferring germs that you've gotten from touching all of these different things with that same pair of gloves on now in my place. Unless they're using their bare hands, which is significantly more sanitary. I cannot stress that enough. People constantly talk about gloves, 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 but it's wearing gloves does no good if you don't understand cross-contamination. If you're going to use the same pair of dirty gloves and touch everything with them, you're better off using bare hands and washing your hands in between if you have no intention in changing that pair of gloves based off of what you're using. I understand why you don't want to waste plastic or waste gloves, whatever, but that's why, for me personally, I prefer people to use their bare hands. And I've gotten into argument with this on Twitter before, but I feel the same way about coughing and sneezing. I know that the guidelines now tell you, which just recently changed less than 20 years ago, I think, 15 years ago, whatever. I think it was during the whole swine flu, or I can't remember what it was, or I don't know what it was, swine flu or H1N1, whatever the thing was that was going on, where they finally started saying, oh, it's better for you to cough or sneeze in your, elbow, your arm, because you're less likely to touch things with it. But okay, how many of us wash our hands all the way up to our elbow? Let's be honest. They tell you that you should do that. You should wash your forearm, but nobody does that. And so, of course, you're not going to directly touch things with your arm per se, but that's not how germs spread. Germs are not just based off of what you directly touch per se, but the fact that you've coughed into it and now it's exposed to the air, it spreads and goes out still. At least with your hands, you have the option to cough into them, and you can carry that hand over to the bathroom, wash it, clean it, get a tissue, whatever. You are not going to think later on in the day, oh, maybe I should go, wipe my elbow. That just doesn't happen. So y'all can go ahead and think whatever you want to. I'm standing my ground. I believe in having my own brain, thoughts, opinion. I'm not just going to agree with something because the CDC or whatever says it. I said the same thing about masks. Nobody wanted to hear it. So whatever. Back on subject. Yeah, like I really don't like that, because then it puts me in an uncomfortable position. I don't want to be a jerk to the people that are coming to do an inspection by seeming anal about cleanliness, but the other part of me kind of wants to make them uncomfortable, to make them want to leave. So not even just to be, phony or petty, but again, this is my own health. This is my house. I feel like I have the right to ask you to wash your hands and to use hand sanitizer afterwards. So I don't want to, cause waves or whatever, and it's not like I could really kick them out. I don't have the right to, in a way, because by me renting here, I'm agreeing to doing an inspection. So it will cause problems if, they choose not to. I'm hoping that I can, break the whatever wall, for lack of a better term, like break the third wall for Japanese people. They're not used to people challenging their rules, because normally whatever rules they have set in place, they're used to you just going along with it. So not to purposefully rock the boat, but in this case, I guess to do it, I want to make them uncomfortable and put them in a yes or no position where they're obligated to agree to what I want because it's reasonable. And that will simply be that I want them, to use my sink. Oh my God, I hate just even thinking about that. Put their nasty, dirty construction hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like people that work in construction, like work, and they have like dirty, nasty, black, filthy hands. And I swear, like I'm not saying this to act like I'm better than anybody. My own boyfriend, for example, like he comes home every day, not every day, but oftentimes, like if he does like a business trip or anything like that, his hands will be disgusting and filthy because he's not really an engineer, but his job is basically being an engineer. Like he works out there with them, like he manages whatever project is going on. So I don't know how hands-on his work gets, but with that said, he normally has filthy, dirty, nasty hands. And when I see that, it grosses me out. It's like, dude, like wash your hands. Like they need to be scrubbed. Like we're doing manicures today, like that type of nasty. Okay, with that said, I can't do that with a total stranger, but it's like, you're in my house. So yeah, two things to worry about. One, them bringing in the Rona, and two, me figuring out when am I going to find time to get my lazy butt up, go to the store, pray to God those marks come off that wall, and have everything nicely presentable and prepared for when they come. I'm hoping that they are in and out, because I am literally going to follow these mother moo-moos around and make sure that, they ain't putting no dents nowhere. They ain't doing nothing more than what their job is. No, you cannot use my toilet. No, you cannot use my bathroom sink. Or maybe I should have used the bathroom sink, but I wash my hair in there. I don't even know which sink to use because, oh God, this driving me crazy. Which sink should I use, you guys? I'm not going to upload this video, but tell me what your opinion was anyway. This inspection would have already taken place by the time you see this video. But normally you should do dirty stuff in your bathroom sink, but in Japan, we don't really have a regular bathroom sink. Like I'm one of the lucky unicorns where I have a separate sink for my bathroom because I have a nicer apartment. But that kind of makes me really not want to use that sink because it's more sacred. Like I do my makeup and hair there. Like, no, I don't want your nasty, dirty construction hands in my sink. And I can just like picture the black, dirty water. Ew. But then the other part is like my kitchen sink is more sacred. Like that's where I eat at. Like my dishes sit in that sink. Like I don't want dirty, filthy water going down that drain. So, but then again, in all fairness, that is the dirtier drain because yeah, we've had some nasty things go down there. We'll just leave it at that. But I don't know. I hate being put inside of that situation. So, yeah. And of course, they're going to take it the wrong way because in their mind, it's going to be like, stupid foreigner. But I hope that it embarrasses them, if anything, because they want to pretend like Japan is perfect and handling the virus perfectly. I hope that by me asking them to do that, they feel obligated to play along and that they will, voluntarily do so. Because it's funny how, like, the only thing they seem to worry about or religiously practice is taking off their shoes at the door. And it's like, dude, like, I care a lot more about you touching my crap than your filthy shoes being on my floor. I can mop my floor. I cannot mop every item that you touch. So, yeah, and I'm also hoping that, of course, by me being here, they're not going to voluntarily move furniture and stuff around because I'm here. So they're just going to literally look with their eyes and not touch anything, because I would be able to see what they're touching and have a say in, hey, don't move that, don't touch that, don't whatever, or I'll move it for you. So, yeah, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I'm kind of thinking to be petty and like even like set up a camera and like buy one of those like fake like home camera things and like record them to make them more uncomfortable, like make them want to leave faster, because Japanese people hate being recorded. But this is my place, so it's like, you're inside of my home. Like, I can have a camera inside of my house if I want to. Like, what are you gonna say? You can call the police on me for recording my house? I actually had a guy do that before, but that's another story. He didn't call the police on me. He did, but it's more complicated than that. He was in my place and he was harassing me at my door. I talked about this before, and he had the audacity to try to tell the police that I took a picture of him, which I did. And the police actually asked me if I did. So it's my house. Like, he's harassing me at my door. Like, what? What are y'all gonna do about it? So, and of course they couldn't do anything. They didn't even comment on it after I said that. Like, don't ask me stupid questions like that. But all right, I guess that's it. Just a little bit freaked out because I'm like, oh my God, how do I fix that spot? And I have to decide. I know what I'm going to wear. I'm just going to wear my pajamas, but I am going to do my hair and makeup. But I think it's really rude and inconsiderate to have an inspection during this time. Like, I feel like if anything, they should, I know doing it on Zoom would be pointless because then we could just choose what we show them. But I feel like there's no need in it because they're not going to make you leave by, the inspection not turning out good. We've only been here for a year, so there's nothing to hide. I haven't even been here for a year yet, but this place was built exactly a year ago as of, February 2021. And I moved in here the end of May, mid-May-ish. So, yeah, towards the end of May. But I wasn't like consistently living here until late October. So I had this place in my name, but I wasn't living here. Like, I literally had spent like maybe a week of nights living inside this apartment before then. So, yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do, but I kind of have some things in mind. I was actually going to wait for my mom to get back to me and get her opinion so I can figure out how exactly will I go about that. But yeah, I guess that's it as far as this inspection goes. It's so weird because I feel like I'm not an adult. This is my first time doing an actual inspection for an apartment before. So it's like, it's weird in my mind. I'm like picturing this being my mom's job. Like, we've always rented when I lived in Chicago. So I'm used to like my mom like freaking out over an inspection in her name. But now it's like, oh my God, I'm an adult. Like, I have an inspection. This is my responsibility. I have to do the repairs. Oh crap. So, but yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to say. The bogus thing about this is they don't list what time your inspection is going to be. It's just a generic letter. Now, they claim that they're supposed to contact you by phone or email, whatever. But the other thing is, get this, the inspection is more than likely going to take place during the daytime when you would be at work. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to invite themselves in, get a key from the main office, come inside of your place while you're not here. So for normal people that would be at work, how would you, that's not fair. You don't even have the option to see what's going on. And of course, for people that are, married and you have a stay-at-home wife, like my neighbor that doesn't do anything but possibly cheat on her husband, like they can be at home. But for people like me, like that's not going to really, it wouldn't normally be an option. I will be at home for the specified day, but normally that would not be the case. There was another day where somebody came to clean patios and I didn't realize that that's who it was. I got the letter, but I completely forgot about it and I wasn't prepared either. But it's like, okay, so basically because I wasn't at home because I have a job like normal people, I don't get to have my patio cleaned for free. Like, how is that fair? So whatever, we'll see how this goes because I doubt that they'll, allow me to just pass it because I'm not at home. Not at home because again, I can choose to not be at home. And unless I forget about the specific day, I will probably be at home. Although the bogus thing is, they don't have a specific day listed. They claim that if they can't contact you by phone, they'll send you, a letter or mail you whatever. So I'm probably just gonna have to make sure that my place is in, good shape for the next couple of weeks, just to be prepared, because it's the last thing I need for them to come by. My floor and house is messy, like how it kind of is right now, but it's not like truly messy, but like my hair sheds like badly, so it's everywhere. So yeah, and it's always been that way. Like it's nothing new from being in Japan, nothing new from me bleaching my hair. Like my hair has always been long and always has like shedded all over the place. So it's just the way that my hair is. So it's vacuuming, sweeping, mopping is a regular thing for people like me with long curly hair. So it really sucks when you're inside of a 2x2 apartment with no ventilation, because then you need to do it even more. Like I said, I went through one of my little depression spells. So I've just been avoiding doing everything, including taking care of myself, which is why my skin, it like started breaking out and getting really dry, because I wasn't, doing any type of skincare routine to take care of myself. So yeah, I guess that is it. Nothing else to say. So thank you for watching. Bye.